Hey beautiful, and welcome to today's video. So my name is Claudia. For those of you who are new here, then welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are not new here, then welcome back. So for today's video, we are creating the look that I'm wearing on my face. It's a more cool tone kind of look, which I thought would be suited because I normally go for the warm tone and a little bit more like mauve-y, brown and gold tone. But I would like to change it, and I would like to actually be able to use a little bit more cooler toned makeup. If you would like to know how I created this look, then just keep on watching and I will take you on step by step. So for today's look, I'm gonna start by actually prepping my eyebrows, and I'm gonna be using just a normal soap brow. I think it was like $1 or something, and I'm just gonna spritz it with my MAC Fix Plus. I'm going to take just my spoolie brush and drag it across like this. I'm just gonna take it and I'm just gonna fluff my eyebrows as much as I can. I've been really loving this because my problem with my eyebrows is that they won't stick up. So I feel like if you have the same problem, the soap brows will definitely work for you. Can you see how fluffy my brows are? Seriously, I have never in my life been able to get this result by using any kind of brow gel or mascara. It's like hairspray works, but the soap brows, like, they just become super fluffy and they won't budge. They will stay like this all day, all night, for as long as you can. The only thing you need to think about is, like, if you want to fill them in, then make sure you do it afterwards, but you want to be really careful, because if you do it before, what's gonna happen is you're actually gonna smudge out the color when you apply the soap on your brows. So next up, we're going to be using my Urban Decay primer for my eyelids, because we're going in with quite an intense color later on. And I've just prepped my entire lid, but you don't really need to prep your entire lid for this step. You can just prep it. You can just prep your brow bone and upwards, because we will be going in with a makeup wipe to cut the crease where we're gonna apply the silver later on. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to take a fluffy brush, and I'm going to be using my MAC 224, and I'm going to go into the color this shade right here, which is the color Sheens, I think it's called. It's a very pretty dark brown color, and you need to be careful with this. If you don't want it to apply too heavily, then you need to apply a small amount and really tap off the excess. And I'm going to apply this in my crease and upwards towards my brow bone, but not on my eyelid. And I'm going to apply quite a lot of this, so it's going to be quite heavy, but this is really up to you. If you like it a little bit lighter, you can even go into the color beside it, which is color Necessary. So that's this color right here. If you like it to be a little bit lighter, just buff this in to the crease and up towards the brow bone. Make sure that you actually get it in really nicely into your crease and blend it really nicely. So twirl and swipe. What you want to do next is you want to grab the best thing you have to a makeup wipe, or a Q-tip, or any kind of towel, whatever you usually use to remove your makeup. You can even use some micellar water and some cotton, and that's just gonna work just as fine. And I'm just gonna grab this and I'm gonna take it with my pointy finger, and now I'm gonna cut my crease. So I'm going to create the shape I want, and I actually like to tug my eye like this and just cut my crease. This might actually take some time to cut it, so don't worry, just be gentle on your eye and cut it the shape you want it. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because we're gonna cut it with a concealer as well. Okay guys, so now that we actually cut our crease and given it the shape we want, what we're gonna do is we're gonna save the makeup wipe that we used, because we will be reusing it later on to remove makeup residue underneath our eye before we apply our foundation. But what we're gonna do now is we're going to go in with a concealer on our eye and cut our crease again, just to be able to give to give the sparks or the silver or whatever color you're using just a little bit more of an oomph and a little bit more of a sparkling effect. So I'm using my MAC W10 concealer, and I'm just gonna grab a smaller brush. So this is a lip brush, and I'm using the Emmet Makeup L312 for this. And I'm just grabbing some on my brush, and then I'm just gonna use it to actually apply on the exact same places that I've just cut my crease. Don't worry about messing up, because if you do, you can just really remove it and redo it. It's super simple, and you don't need to be scared to make any mistakes. Just do your best, and with practice comes perfect. We cut our crease, we've applied the concealer. What we want to do now is we want to apply some color just underneath right here before we actually apply our silver. And that's just because we want to be able to correct it with the concealer before we apply the silver. Otherwise, it's going to be really, really hard to make it really precise and make it really pretty. So we're just going to go right ahead, and we're going to dip into the same color that we used before. So the shade right here. And we're just going to go really easy. I'm using a Morphe M433. This is a little bit more of a, this is still a fluffy brush, but it's a little bit smaller. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna apply this underneath our eye like this. So just stamp it on, and this is why I wanted you to actually save the baby wipe, because I wanted you to be able to actually remove the excess underneath right here. So just drag it like this. You can even use like an even more precise brush if you want. If you have something like this instead, it's gonna work just as fine. And this is a MAC 239S. I'm actually gonna show you. I'm just gonna take some color, the same one that we just used, and I'm just gonna apply it almost like a liner. And don't worry, we're gonna clean this up anyways. So you wanna get it precise right here. You don't want to get it in further to the end of your eye. So we're gonna do it again, but on the other side, I'm using the smaller brush, or if you have a fluffy brush, just do what I did here. You just tap it, tap it, tap it, and try to get it just underneath and follow the line. So we're just gonna take it, and I'm gonna show you here. On this side, I made a bit of a smaller liner. On this side, I wanted to show you that you could do a little bit more of a thicker liner. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it a smaller one for today's look, because I just think it's really nice. But you are aware that you can actually make it even thicker if you wanted to. And I'm just gonna grab the same baby wipe that we used. I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna shape it the way I want it. But now what you wanna do is you wanna clean up in just the crease. Like if you just see like the really, really small line right here, that's exactly where you wanna clean up right now. And I'm just gonna grab this brush. I'm gonna start with this side right here. So I actually think that I'm pretty happy here, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply the silver color that I was talking about. So I'm going to be using my BELLAPIERRE SP048 Excite, it's called. So this is like a really, really, really silver color. Oopsie daisy. Oh well. You can see it right there. It's a really, really gorgeous shimmer color. You can see that shimmer. Like this is the true color. What you see on your screen or your monitor, this is the color that's picking up live in front of me. So this is like a really nice silver color that is really, really rich. And I'm gonna tap it off a little bit, and I'm just gonna press it on. I'm gonna see if this works without a setting spray. But I think for my other eye, I'm gonna try it out with a setting spray just to see if it becomes even more potent. And now I'm gonna try it with the Max Fix Plus. Let's see if it becomes a little bit more potent. But I also think that this one is actually kind of coagulating when you apply it with some kind of a liquid. I don't know if I like that because I find it really hard to work with when it does that. I like it to go on like really smoothly, but you can see it becomes a lot more potent with the Max Fix Plus or with any kind of setting spray. I'm gonna go and get a glitter glue for this one, and I'm gonna apply it again and see if it becomes more potent so we can really figure it out together. So I've just grabbed my glitter glue and I'm using the Too Faced Glitter Glue Glitter Shadow Primer. I'm just gonna take a small amount and I'm going to apply it all over my lid using any kind of brush you have, but I'm going to be using from Urban Decay Naked 2. I'm just gonna stamp it on here because I already have a shadow, and the risk of me actually applying any kind of liquid after this is that it's gonna look patchy and just not pretty at all. But I want to try it out for you and we're gonna see if this works. So I can tell you guys that the glitter glue really works. Like, holy macaroni. And just see that I'm stunned. I was like, I knew the shadow was really beautiful, but that it was this beautiful on the eye, like, wow. I think it turns out really nice. Okay friends, so for our next step we're gonna go on and we're gonna move on to face, and I'm going to be using my concealer today because I'm really fair, and my foundations are pretty much more suited for me when I'm not this pale. So I'm just gonna add some concealer, and I'm not gonna go really heavy today because I feel like I don't want it to be super heavy. But I will apply it. Sometimes I just like to use a concealer for my entire face instead of using a foundation. I just feel that the results becomes a lot better for me, and not as heavy. Like, the sparks is unreal. It is unreal, I'm telling you. This is so pretty. And we're moving on to my bronzer, and I'm going to be using GLAZE Visage Bronzer in the color 13. It's this one right here. Oops, Daisy. So I'm just gonna grab a really fluffy brush and I'm gonna go in there. And like I said, it's the wrong color for me, but we'll just have to work with it. So I think this actually works a little bit better as a blush for me than as a bronzer. Maybe when I'm really tan, maybe I will actually be able to pull this kind of color off, but right now I just feel like no, it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna move in and I'm gonna take my GIGI Gorgeous one, my new obsession, or it's not new anymore, but it is an obsession I have. I really love these bronzers, or her bronzers, they're really good. Next up, I'm gonna go into my Hourglass palette and I'm gonna grab the blushes and I'm just gonna mix them up. I like to mix both the colors up because I think they're really pretty, and they just it gives you a little bit of sheen while not too powerful. And I like the pinker shade right here. I just think it creates the most stunning blushing. It's just a really nice blush color. Maybe we should use some highlighter, right? And I'm going to be using my IBI highlighter in Private Jet. This is a stunning champagne tone highlighter, which I've really recently came across. I've never heard of the brand IBI before, but I think they're really stunning, and this is the only product I own by them. But what we're going to do now is we're just going to apply this to the high points of our face. And I like to just apply it everywhere. I don't like it when it's like a streak, but I do like it when there's like a whole sheen to my cheek. As you can see right now, there's like this really shimmer thing going on. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move on, and we're gonna move on to the under eye, and we're gonna go into the same palette that we've been using for the darker shade. You could even be using something else, like this shade right here would be really cool to use underneath your eye. But what I want to do is I want to go in with the same shade that we'll be using, just because I want to be able to connect it together with the color just that we applied underneath our eye. Make sure that you look up while you're doing this, and also don't forget to tap off the excess because it will fall on your cheek. And don't be scared, because you could actually pull it a lot further down, and that will give you even more smoldering eyes, but it's really up to you what you're comfortable with. And now you can just blend out that color also, if you would like it to be a little bit more blended just up top. So grab the same brush that you're using for your bottom lash line and drag it all the way into your inner corner of the first part of your eye, and then just pull it back and blend it together with the shade right here. Just make sure that you connect it. Okay, so I've just applied a lot of shadow underneath my eye, and I just feel like what I need a little bit more of a, like, something extra. So I'm going to apply this color right here, which is the color A Moment, I would say. And I'm just gonna take the same brush that I've been using for underneath my eye, and I'm going to pop this right at the inner corner of eye, right here. And I just think that is so cool. You can even skip this step if you're not comfortable with this. Also just drag it underneath. This makes it a little bit more of a powerful look. Some people would love this, some people won't. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But if you don't like the inner corner effect, then just remove that, or just skip it altogether and just pop on your lashes or your mascara, and you're good to go. You don't really need this step, but I just thought that this created something really cool, actually. Next up, I'm just going to apply some mascara, and I'm using my Hypnose Drama by Lancome, and yeah, it's a black color. I don't really know the name of it, but I'll make sure to link it or to just write it down here, and you'll know. And I'm just gonna apply this to my lashes because I don't really want any falsies today, and I feel like my lashes have been really good lately. They've gone really long and dramatic and everything there is. So I'm just gonna apply like a double coat of mascara, and I think that's just gonna be great. And there we go. We have a lot of mascara, a lot of lashes, a lot of things happening on my eyes. So we're gonna move on, and we're gonna move on to lips. For my lips, I'm going to be using my H&M lipstick. Like, seriously, why haven't anyone been talking about H&M products? I think they're really good. And I'm going to apply a small amount just all over my lips and top it off with some lip gloss. And I'm going to be grabbing my Fenty Beauty gloss bomb in the color Confetti. This is the shades from the limited edition Christmas collection, and I don't know if they still have them. I don't think they do, but I figure that this color will actually suit the silver thing going on my face. So I'm going to apply this with a brush because I don't want to actually get it all over my, like, I don't want to get the lipstick all over this gloss because I like it just the way it is. So I'm just gonna grab some on my hand like this, and I'm just gonna take like a brush, and I'm just gonna apply it to my lips. I know this is the wrong brush for this kind of work, but I use the brushes I have on hand, and this is the one that I'm working with right now. So there we go. We have some extra gloss on our lips, and I just think this is so pretty. I really love the gloss bombs. I love that they taste and smell like candy, and they're just... Okay, you guys, so that was pretty much the finished look. This doesn't get any harder than this. It's a really pop of silver color. It looks like I seriously have silver on my eye. I think it's beautiful. I think it turned out more pretty than I actually expected it to turn out. I really like the center, like I like the inner corner, but I don't know if you would like it. So let me know in the comments down below which one is your favorite, if it was your favorite with the blue or without the blue and the inner corner. I think even maybe some yellow could do something for this look, but I don't know. For me, this is pretty, but let me know in the comments down below. And also, I would love to know if you have like any ideas for any other pigments that are your favorite. I would love to know if you pop it in the comment section down below. Anyways, that was pretty much everything I have for today. If you like this video, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you so much again for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!